I'm your host, Sean MacKenzie, and thank you for joining me once again on my channel on data engineering. In this episode, we're going to our Python on Snowflake playlist, and we're going to do two major things. The first one is we're going to show how to migrate data from Azure SQL into Snowflake, and in doing that, the second thing we're going to show is how to use the PD writer. And the PD writer is a way of writing data into Snowflake. We've previously showed how to use write pandas, which is a great method for writing pandas Dataframes into Snowflake, but we can also use PD writer, and it works more with the sqlalchemy engine, which we'll also show. So without further ado, let's get to our Azure to Snowflake migration. Interested in coaching or one-on-one help with your project? Make sure to check out my Patreon. The link is in the description below. Okay, so I have this data from AdventureWorks that's sort of like a sample database on SQL Server, and I'm going to take some data from the products table there and I'm going to put it into Snowflake. And we're going to use a bunch of stuff today. This is actually a really kind of a cool migration. It uses a lot of different parts and different ways that you can approach the migration. And so we're going to start with our Snowflake Connector. We're going to need that, and then we're going to take the URL from Snowflake sqlalchemy, which is also something that I had to install in order to use the engine from sqlalchemy with Snowflake. And then from there we'll import the snowflake.connector.pandas tools, and we'll import the PD writer. And in order to get those tools, make sure that you when you do your pip install for the Snowflake Connector, you put the square brackets pandas at the end of the install so that you get the pandas version, which can make your life incredibly easy, or easier if you are a pandas user and you like to use pandas for a lot of things. Then the pandas version of the Snowflake Connector is going to be great compared to just getting the basic one. So from sqlalchemy, we'll also we'll import create engine, because we're going to create an engine and then we're going to use that engine with the PD writer in order to write to Snowflake, and we'll also use pyodbc and pandas, and then we'll give some feedback to the user to get started. Now, as I understand it, the PD writer uses write pandas as part of its execution, and write pandas is really good because it does that whole thing around, moving data efficiently using the Parquet files and things like that. It's all behind the scenes, and so that's what's going to make this a really good method for you. And okay, so moving on, we'll create our connection for Azure, and I'm going to put in a connection string here. I'm going to create a connection string. The driver I'm using here is just the basic SQL Server driver, and then my Azure SQL database, which is out on Azure on database.windows.net, and I've created a database called Crufty on there, and then and so we can access that by using a connection string with Odbc. So we're going to get our initial data with Odbc using pyodbc and pandas, and then we're going to take that pandas data and we're going to use the PD writer to write it into Snowflake. So I created a couple variables at the very beginning of the script that's not seen there, that has the username and the password in it. In your script, you will put your own username and password in there for your Azure SQL, or if it happens to be Active Directory, trusted authentication, then you probably can use a different connection string, but this is the one that we're using today. So that's our Azure connection string, and once we've got that, we can create our connection, our Odbc connection, and we'll use pyo.connect, and we'll just plunk in our Azure connection string there, and then I'll give some feedback just so that we can see the program as it's running. Connection open, and then we can move on. And next we're going to need an SQL string. We're going to select from that product table that is in the AdventureWorks database, which is the sample database from Microsoft, and we're going to select a few columns from that. It is the saleslt.product table, and we're going to select the name, which is a reserved word, but we'll let that go. We'll change it to something else. We'll call it product name, color, and I'm going to uppercase these because I have found issues with case sensitivity between the Snowflake and when you're inserting data and things like that. You can go all lowercase or you can go uppercase, but as long as they match, you should be fine. So I'm gonna in my data frame, when it does get created, it's gonna have the uppercase names, and so we'll select the name as product name, the color as color, list price as list price from saleslt.product, and that should just about do it for our SQL statement. And once we have that, then we can go ahead and we can do our data frame is equal to the pd.read SQL, and we'll put in our SQL and our connection, and that's gonna grab all that data and put it in there. I think there's a few hundred rows in there that we can play around with. So the next thing we'll do is, before we do anything, is we'll close the connection. It's good to close your Odbc connections. The engine, which we'll use next, it does all the connection stuff automatically, and we can give some feedback to the user saying Azure connection closed. And then we'll print I'll print the first 10 rows of our data frame, and I'll print the last 10 rows of our data frame, and then we should probably test it out at this point just to see that we're getting where we want to get to. So I'll just hit F5 here just to make sure that we're getting data before we continue on. So we're gonna connect. Oh, there we go. That was pretty quick. So the Azure SQL connection was opened. We got the first 10 rows of the product table for the fields that we wanted, and the last 10 rows, it looks like there's 294. That'll be 295 rows since it's zero based on the index there, and I think we are good to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to start getting connected to Snowflake now that we have a data frame that is in memory, and we can start opening up our Snowflake connection. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to use the URL. We're going to create one with the connection information for Snowflake, and that's going to have, in this case, we're going to specify a user equals is snow user, which is a variable that I've created already that you can't see, but you'll put your own username in there, and password is equal to snowpass, not snowpad, and you'll put those variables, you'll put your own values in there. And the account, you could do the same with the variable. In this case, I'll just punch it in, and then we've got our account, and it looks like we need some commas after these. Yeah, we should make sure you put commas between these for our URL, and I'll the next thing we're going to want to specify the warehouse and the database and the schema that we're using. I like to do that. I find it to be the best, rather than using SQL to sort of redirect where you're going. I like to connect directly into the database that I want, so that I can just start getting data or creating tables and things like that. So we're going to go all the way down to the schema. We're going to specify the entire thing. These are ones that we created in a previous video. Make sure you check out my video on how to create a new database and warehouse and schema in Snowflake. I think it's video number 2 in this series if you want to check that out. So from there we can create a variable called engine, and that's going to use the create_engine. We'll plunk our URL in there, and then that uses sqlalchemy, which is quite powerful for all of this. And we can go ahead and I'm going to create a table. You don't actually need to, because the PD writer will create the table for you. But I'd like to show a few methods here. I'm going to create or replace table product, and then I'm going to use the same names as we used up above there. I'll use product name, color, and list price, and I'll use those, or I'll create those with the data types as string, string, and then I guess I'll use a number for the last one. So it'll be product name string, color string, and then list price, and it'll be number 17 and 2 I'll use for the data type there. So we'll close that off, and now we have our SQL string that we can use to create the table in Snowflake that's going to receive the data that we're going to push through. So we can just simply go engine.execute SQL, which is nice and handy for our create statement. And now we can say, we'll get some feedback saying writing to table, so that the user knows what's going on there. And then in the next statement, this is where we can go ahead and start writing to the table. This is where PD Writer is really awesome, because we can use the familiar to SQL from Pandas, and we can just put in the table name, the destination table name, the engine, and then we're going to put index as false here, so that it doesn't try to write index as a field or a column in our table. And then we'll say that our method is going to be the PD_writer, which is what we imported up above there, and that's going to have all kinds of really cool stuff happening behind the scenes. It's really good for bigger writes, because it makes things quite a bit more efficient. And then I'll include if exists equals append, and that's going to append it to the table that we created. It will actually just create a table if you run it without creating the table first, but I do like to show that we can do certain things. We can run certain commands. We can do some DDL before we bring the data over. So we'll give some feedback to the user, write complete. Hopefully that writes without any issues, and then we'll select the data from there, because we want to see the data that we inserted in there. So I'll just go select star from product, and that's got a maximum of 294 rows or something like that. And then we'll go df data frame check is equal to pd.read SQL, and we're just going to read using the engine that we already created. So we'll just plunk in the SQL and the engine, and that'll give us a data frame in one nice command there. So that's going to be really great. And then we'll print the head and tail just to show that we've sort of got data that we want. And there's our data frame check head 10 rows, and then we'll do df check tail 10 rows, and then we can do a little bit more feedback, just saying operation complete, and that will be the end of our procedure. So we'll look this over, and just to make sure that everything is the way that we want it to be. So we've taken data from Azure, we've put it into Snowflake, and then we're reading it from Snowflake after we put it in, using the engine there, and that is a really great way of doing it. So we'll hit F5 and we'll see what we get here. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. and looks like it's writing the table. That seems to be good. And awesome. Okay, so that looks like we got what we wanted. There's the first and the last 10 rows of the table, and we did get a warning, which is saying that the case, you got to be careful of the case. The name product is not found exactly as it is shown, but it was just a warning. So that's something that you should watch out for. And but it looks like everything is done. We got an operation complete and nothing stopped us along the way. And that's how you can migrate data from Azure to Snowflake using PD Writer. Hope you enjoyed today's discussion on how to migrate data from Azure SQL into Snowflake. If you like what you saw today, please give the video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell when you see the bell. And if you have any questions or comments, put those in the comment section below. Have a great day, have a safe day, and I'll catch you next time.